So everything starts in the neck, all right? This is a side view of your neck. This is what a normal neck would look like right through there. Now, I think first, you can see it's not normal. But second, I'm not trying to say you need textbook perfect. It's not about having a perfect neck, but you want the best position possible. Why, mechanically, is the positioning of the spine influences everything. If I move the dog's head this way, the tail and hip starts to move with it, right? So everything starts really top down, I want to say at least 90% of the time. Second is because the brain runs all the functions of the body, it needs to be able to talk to the low back needs to be able to talk to the knees, right? So that's the kinetic chain. Well, it all has to first go through this first. It is for 24 years old. Take a look at this area. You see how this bone right here, this vertebra's got this really pointy edge?
Yeah.
If I cover it up, you see this one right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then we start to get down and they start to just get really pointy in that area. This area of your neck looks way older than someone that's 24 years old. You were born in what, 1994? That looks like you were born in 1964. That one spot, just so you have an idea. Your joint cartilage down here at the base of your neck is also wearing really fast. Okay, so again, that's not a chronological thing, that's just mechanics. Your spine's been moving poorly, it's lost a lot of that natural shape. And think of that shape as like a shock absorber. Our cars have shock absorbers, the shoes we buy for cushion, it absorbs the force. When we have that angle, it's like God's built-in shock absorber, but as we lose it over time, every degree or percentage that we do, it could really start to hit the structure a lot harder, which creates this uneven kind of wear and tear. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So that's the first thing that's jumping out at me. The second thing, so I'm gonna get in there, by the way. Second thing is this positioning of your spine. You weren't standing in that position, but what's happened is you've built the tissue around your spine to support that foundation. Now, this is your right side, this is your left side. Interesting, right? Because you said when you plant on that side.
Yes, sir.
So conditioning, if you just look at that motion right there, that zigzag, over time, you've created this rounding, which is definitely not normal. Now, this hip is a little bit wider than this hip. You can see in the width, but it's not because you were born with that. It's just because of what you were saying. You've just programmed your spine to do that. See, the thing about getting adjusted, it's not like I have a magic bullet for your knee, you know, even though hopefully I could turn some powers on, but it's about you're 24 and you've copied through all these movements. And if you're not getting adjusted, if you don't have a system in place for your back, for your spinal health, and you get adjusted, then your body's gonna say, all right, this is how you wanna use me, then that's how I'm gonna adapt. Its job is to adapt. You know, it survives and conserves energy. That's pretty much the primal kind of demands the body and the brain look for. So it's adapted to this, and now it's just trying to do, by conserving energy, the best it can. Make sense? The problem is, what it's adapted to in the short term can be okay for you, but in the long term, that's not gonna serve you, and that's why you feel the way you feel. So last thing I just wanna show you real quick. A lot of times people think the shape they're in determines their back health, right? They can be shredded, they can have great bodies. But one thing I want to point out to you real quick is see those black holes?
Yes, sir.
Well, our spine's got these really cool built-in features on both sides that allow for information to come and go up and down all day long. So if your knee wants to send a signal to your brain, it first has to run up the chain and then go all the way up. These holes are one of the things I look for on the x-rays to see how open they are. It's normal for them to gradually get a little bit smaller, but what happened down there? Look at the size of it. You can hear the nerves exiting out of your low back. Where are they supplying?
To the knee.
They're supplying life to the knee, to the lower extremity, your blood supply, your motor movements, your sensory, how you feel. All of that stuff has to run through here before it runs up the pipeline. Make sense? Yes, so if there's damage, block, stress, tension, anything that's going to irritate the nervous system in this area can influence knee health. Make sense? Absolutely. Now we'll bring you through a warm-up, and then we're going to get you powered up.
Let's go, guys. Let's do it.
Remember how we saw that rounding here on the right side, right?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, nice. Good. Look to the left. Go ah.
Ah. Ah, shit.
Gosh. Now I'm gonna come through here.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
you're gonna feel some motion right through here. Yeah. Now look at this thing move. This thing's moving like it's 16 years old. There you go. That thing moved real good. Like this. Good. Come across, Anthony. Lift that shoulder up. Good. Perfect. Just like that. We're gonna start just with this movement, this motion. Yep. Yes, sir. Ooh. Good. So we clear out the central nervous system, brain, spine. Now we'll work off that and then go back through the kinetic chain. You're gonna feel me get right here. Take your arm. Good. Now we're gonna get it to AC. You're gonna feel me rock back. When I rock back, oh shit. Woo! That's the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.